Hello, and welcome to this tutorial of removing unwanted objects on images in Photoshop. Let's begin with this image of wonderful French midfielder Paul Pogba, who right now plays for Juventus. I'm going to teach you how to use two different tools that might help you to remove unwanted objects of different images. The first one is the healing brush tool, which is the one that we will use in this case. As you can see, Paul Pogba has several scars in this side of his face, and even an earring hole in this part of his ear. As a result, some advertising agents might want to remove this in the case of a Nike advertisement, let's say. So, to do this, we are going to use the healing brush tool. The healing brush tool gives you this circular area, and what it does is it observes whatever is around the area that you select and tries to fill it according to whatever is around it. If we look at this little scar right here, what we want to do is reduce the area to constrict the little scar as tightly as possible so that you affect the least amount of possible area of the original image. So what you're gonna do is, first of all, zoom into the image using Command plus. And second of all, you're going to reduce the size of the circular area so that it encompasses only the area of the scar. The way in which you do this is by clicking on the right and left brackets. So right here, this looks good enough, and you're just gonna click on that. As you see, sometimes there is a little bit of an imperfection, so you can click more than once to create as smooth an area as possible. As you see, now the scar is gone. The cool thing about the healing brush is that it takes only the immediate area surrounding the area you choose. That is a very good option because, for instance, in the case of this earring hole, you don't want it to fill it with the color and texture of another part of the image, say here or say here. In most cases, every face has different tones of color, and this is not the exception. As a result, when you select the earring hole, it'll fill it according to the color of the ear and not of the cheek, and that is very useful. This takes me to another example. What would you do in this case? The objects seem a little bit too big to be able to treat it as a blemish, and second of all, there seems to be a higher contrast between the actual object and the surrounding material. So what you can do in this case, just because the area behind the seagulls seems to be just a smooth plain surface, you can just treat the whole seagull as a blemish. So if you increase the area of the healing brush tool, you should be able to eliminate that image using the healing brush tool. Nevertheless, I would like to introduce another technique right now, which is with the use of the rectangular marquee tool. With the rectangular marquee tool, you can select larger areas. If you do right click on the area you select and click on fill, it should give you different options on whatever you want to fill that area with. In this case, you want to choose the content aware option. What this will do is Photoshop will look around the area that you selected and not immediately around, but the overall behavior of the image itself. In this way, you will have a more accurate behavior and will be able to take the small selection away without damaging the environment of the picture as a whole. So if you click OK, you will see that it removes the image perfectly.